Okay. All right. So so my bene for bene charongina for na ma Constance, and then to proceed SJ for a minute minute to Nagamaka. And but before then, like I said before, please let's use this forum to really encourage speaking our dialect. It's very important because this generation should not mislead the one that is coming. Because if we live without really impacting knowledge on those that are coming behind us, they might not even have a clue. So sometimes we need to continue to encourage that. That's our pride, that's our identity. So let's continue to do an effort. Negamangam, but we have to also speak to in English. McKenny is a Bakani. There are certain things that we cannot express clearly in our dialect, but I think if you have the opportunity, just put it in any language you think you can do it. That would be more perfect for us. But let's be very encouraging to speak our dialect. So SJ, the floor is yours, please. Can you read a minute of the last deliberation?
You got to on mute. On mute. Yeah.
I'm ya kama bongo na si coordinator na atuna wa cha amabro kar tunumbe bonumbe ni tinga gamba kap nga nimbene ni nya bon nga ni tat ni chor be nga tat nga mo wo kama bembe umbe chao tat ni china makwa chimita ya weno je fete ni akonize bo bo bai ba tuno now ramogun Mr. Emos Agwe wana chafete ni abo fon tunu bente bre ramogun to no ngun tunu be nyenga sunne fete yango ni nyenga fete sini fete wona ni na ye fete na pb na ku fete wona ni zang nga dengan America mbe ye tako inya fete ni ye wona ye fete ken na bom zang jimjim nga dengan America mbe ye ngu ka be foten but bom zang bo foten nga smithechere mbe nga bo sim otin mbe ye ngu am different state so na zero ngone ga bonete fete ya bom zang la sine USA yengu so tinya wumbi ya ranguni chintichera ko de bakene ni te fete saimos marabre chimbi ne yimkana de be ko wumbi de Mr. Sonny Ayen bro ngamba numbe ne na chi aba secretary interim. All right, paying winner to Brazil when Bawu for a canna city chom, the second job, but Bennett on Karagan executive, the Bishop no Rosuna Fete Yango. So, Fetting Chimbi, Gamoguna, Gene, the tour, Tunzena, important winners at ZATACUDA-USA, just that general USA, who won. So, Tinyabo Wombi. And then is Biremba Babong of Cherembine began fetters at Kuda, Gamba State. Yeah, Marachim Meraka Far. The children when Zatakuda USA work get a coup, no work a Yenoguna. So one of Mr. Solo Tabi, Nayandi, Yaba President Zatakuda Chicago. And then the children when the curtain Marabe Yusango. Chicken maraba chora sana yaunde brahi engo so the children woni bon babar wombi besana afeto wo ye engo the burger ko then burger fete elega chiranguni begene register sana fete uyengo under the norms of the USA.
There's some cheap bribe or something.
Zent nyamane yamgun numbene to wumbi yaranguni for call nya nga nizent nyaga man ni chol benga mutat yaranguni to bro chimbi nu bongo te brega magun numbe keni mo ni te bro tong kabna jini te bro gana bom zang jin ye sna tuna chire fa bay angu then uranguni to get a incorporation certificate ni chiranguni but we are legal people, and then wumbi take a center kui angu na bruma kanga chinti ye yena yimtar feti. All right, then zechine to bruku yene kamba bongo mjijijinjim ye keranguni mba ye berfibi. All right, the ngarangu to kuto on a legalization of the legal statute na affected. Mr. Amos, the coordinator on Ayani Jibri Chimbi, Nizeranguni, the free take us into Kuto, so Mari Abagana, in it take the legal statute one into check up should be the $2,500. The bro we ran it to get a legal statute. So in Murphy call, you want to book a call for Agun. Bon copy say yeah, the book a call go for Agun. So to Yam Norongo, Wango brother Solo Tabi, bring a fire Ranguni, Jibrina Asana, a katana yango, $500, which in Tiama, Yamanating Annual Ranguni, the brief on money. When I was in your training, when I knew the Rangun to take us in a dark yango, but take us in Bangman yango, so that the Gerokum. When within by the Karam be carrying by a car, but I can be honest ZATACUDA and be ZATACUDA come away. But in Kera come away, the state knows you or not. So I told them, what to film and as any so to man forum to present any perfect of cap. So this way we will not forum. Then thing about Ramanu de Gamchina the time I do talk was gonna okon yego so thing I got on in the news on in chine bufaba babren na pakateka and bakabakre turana bo officially ana chinza yewo so ba the brubenge ne chine munuza ye wa mamba gere kuna jiro furo na wiri ko we but bambere gananin the kazeranguni timudi wera working timukede gano working wa okon ka chiri na akab wenya bambere no ba na babur na aga boy isn't the person wera man of work on yembe chini timuna aga mo fenga kira bomba bomba chin ba cha zai bomba cha yanga fetur marfatake so ka min yango chuba jin wera mara but bara gara ne te person chubu sai chini to febe chopa mo sina bon se kanga ba mango chino ba kichaga mo wo konwa de ne sana smita jinju yango the thing I get an announcement and Wango King Ni Humphrey Abbey will get an anniversary 70th anniversary in that's birthday on August 23rd 2023. Then when I'm one is in I need David Tabi Burning Ashi, the Fetinganizo, Mr. Guillermo, Sonia Yen, Tabi Solomon, Bacham Ronald, Mr. Teacher Gideon, Teacher Celine, and Marie. Marie. So I Chinufetin Achi and la Kanzi Wene. Mr. Coordinator. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Is somebody on the line? Can you mute, please? Can you mute your phone? All right, Chimbi, Mabene SJ, meaning Benano. That was so good. We are not going to get into the matters arising from the minute, but we just have to discuss the 2 points that I had indicated on the forum. And that's why we call this one an extraordinary general assembly. It's not our normal general assembly. So we have just 2 points to discuss. The first point is ZATACUDA United States Incorporation. Let me say something a little bit on this because I knew a lot of people were not down during the time we had this. There were a lot of questions that we had before coming to this point. We thought it would be very important for us to be recognized legally and to exist, because we are not just holding our meetings here, but there will be a moment where we're able now to write also projects. And we need our constitution. We also need our name to be recognized. So we decided that we have to commit each and every one of us to be part of that that process. And so there was a voluntary drive, which we had already started. And we asked each and every one of us to contribute whatever you like, and then we can equally get in so that we gather the money and then we start the process. And the deadline we had was in June. We say by June, which is next month, we need this money so that by July we should be up to date. So mom then gonna follow. There is 4 or 5 names that have already contributed. Maybe the SJ can call the names so that we know exactly those that have already contributed. It's a voluntary drive, and we want each and everyone to make a comment on that. Please. SJ,
Together, Mr. Amos, together, Mr. Teacher Gideon, together, Mr. Solo Tabi, and then together, Mr. Ayensoni, and then Bob Toche.
Where we are. So the Bobo want to encourage everyone to come on board. The bond together this document. The bond together this document. Buy your turumota. And the training based on going to a meeting, and then we are not even legally recognized. It will be shameful. It will be a shameful now. The Boboni at the end of this meeting, the community just decide what you want to keep in so that we carry this process through. Any comment on that? Any comment on that? We have to be very brief on that because
Marcons, do we have the Zelle information
yes.
on the forum?
SJ, can you
Just
forward
read
the Zelle
do
information?
it, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I think I will read forward the information.
So let's give 5 minutes for this exercise. Let's take this thing through. Let's take this thing through.
Yeah, this is Debob here from California.
Neighbor, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, and I hope Pentecost went well all over where we are. I think yes. Just one suggestion. My issue is how to, sensitize our ZATACUDA public in the United States. To the best of my knowledge, we have a multitude of folks in the States. While we are pushing on with this drive, we need to find a way to sensitize those of us who are from different areas. If it means, actually picking the phone and calling, our other, fellow ZATACUDANs or Zantavians who are in the States, let's do it.
Right.
With us here in Northern California, I think on top of that, I think all of us here, everybody knows about the meeting already. If we have a good number of our folks in Chicago. If there's somebody from Chicago who is, I think our last meeting, I don't know, I think it was Solo is in Chicago, right?
Right.
Yes. I don't know that Solo is on this call today. I'm sorry, I'm not taking a leave of those who are here. If we can really just take some time and call brothers and sisters that, hey, ZATACUDA is moving on again once more. It used to be on, but something happened. Well, no, let me just say something happened. We want to get this thing going again.
Right.
I think that's the one big thing we need to now do.
Right.
Let folks know that we are back to business. We are back to business. In New Orleans, I know we used to have quite a good number of folks around New Orleans. I don't know whether they're still there. Dallas area. And then where Sonny is, I don't know where Sonny is over there in East
The
Coast.
capital city in Delaware.
Capital city, yeah, Delaware, Sonny. Some brothers over there. Those of us who are here a little bit constant on this, let's just take some time and sensitize our brothers and sisters to jump on board and let's get this thing together. When we do this thing together, it will be very light on all of us, and we can do great things when we get together. And I know in the States, at least to an extent, most of us, we have some, I think we are lucky here. We have some extra means to get things going.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What's his name?
Yes. Bob, I think what you said is very important. We are going to use this forum and now commission each and every one of us to be that advertising agent for ZATACUDA. We have to network, which means that, Sonny, if you are that way, please call those that are closer to you. I'm in Kaufman. I'll also make sure I call those that are around me here in Kaufman. And those in Dallas, the same thing, and those in California, in Georgia, and so on and so forth. So, Nibob, that is a very good point. That is the way we have to do it to go forward. If we want to go forward, then we have to network. We have to contact our people. We have to tell them exactly our vision and our mission. So that's so important. Thank you, Nibob, so much. Any contribution? We'll be
Yes,
closing
can
20
I add
minutes.
to that? This
Yes.
is my count. I think I'm gonna make it even better for us.
All right.
We need to say the names of the people that are around us that we know are not here. And before we leave this call, everybody should say, this is the person I'm gonna talk to. Give me 2 names. I'll
Right.
call them and I'll call and make sure that I will be the one to remind them before the next meeting.
Cool.
It hurts me. It aches me. Right now, we have a very vibrant NACUDA meeting in Northern California, and they're asking for projects for our own villages. And we cannot even come up with something because if you ask me right now, I don't know what the needs of Zantadi are.
Exactly.
I don't even know what the needs are to be able to tell my group that I'm contributing money to help out.
Yes.
So, please, I will, my sisters are in New York. I have 2 of them in New York. If I have a name, I will make a commitment today that I'll call those people to come to the meeting next, so that next meeting is gonna be more than double those of us that are here.
Cool. All right. So to cut long story short, what we have to do is that during our next meeting, we want each and every one of us to say, this is my personal brag. It will be more important. I know that we might give a lot of names here, but we just want to make an effort to say next week that we'll be having a meeting that is in 2 weeks' time. I will say I brought this person already, and you will say you brought this, and so on and so forth. And we'll make it that way. So let's do it as
Awesome. I
yes.
like that.
Yeah, let's do it that way. It will be more appealing for all of us.
Chairman,
and again,
May,
yes, Mr. Teacher.
Yeah, Chairman, acknowledge the presence of the ZATACUDA General.
Who is that? Oh, Nichas.
Yes, I just said, let me just come in and greet you people.
Oh my goodness. You're welcome. This is awesome. I mean, don't just greet, but you need to greet and listen a little bit. We need that voice. We need that voice, and it's very important. So you are welcome once more.
Yes, I'm around. I'm in Minnesota at the moment.
Yeah, we'll be coming to Minnesota after next month. We have Mekuda.
Right.
We'll talk more on that. Yes, there's a point Mark Constant said, which is very important. That sometimes we don't even know projects to submit to Mekuda. But there's one thing I want to say here, very clear. We have to work with the home branch. It's very important. We have to know exactly what the home branch are doing. And that was one of the objective we had during the first briefings, which we met. We said a lot of projects back home, it will be very difficult for us to sit here and create projects. We are going to work with home branch. So the home branch will define projects. And the way we are going to do is that we are not going to be contributing money for projects back home. What we'll do is that if the home branch comes with 10 projects, we might decide to say, you know what, we are going to take 2, and we take 2, we execute that 2. And that one becomes our signature project that we completed. So if they have that project, we will not be contributing money here to say, oh, Mekuda, ZATACUDA, United States, you guys pay $200 or $200,000 and so on and so forth. We'll not be doing that. It has been existing before, but we want to come with a different option now. That we want to see the projects that they are doing, and then we choose our projects, create our committee on the floor, back there, supervise them, and they do it, and we are done. And once we are done, we check that out. We know that, yes, this project has been completed by ZATACUDA United States. We take the second one, we take the third one, and we do that. So the issue of contributing money, and at the end, we keep asking the very question, what did they do with the money? What have they done? What have they done this? So we want to realize our own projects. And those projects will come from home. So we are waiting for the national ZATACUDA president to talk to us. We need feedback from him. You need to tell us exactly what they intend doing. But that doesn't cancel the fact that we cannot also sit and propose. But we cannot be proposing because we are not there. We don't see what is there. We are not there. We don't know what they need. So we cannot be forcing a need. Yes, we know that there's a lot of need. There's enormous need, but we're not going to force a need. But we want them to identify a need and say, this is it. So now we set priorities. And we'll say, you know what we'll do. Just like what we did with Mekuda concerning the mortuary. If you ask Nibob, he will explain more on that. California stood behind that wholeheartedly and did the whole thing. And that's where you see Mekuda coming. So California did a job concerning, enormous job concerning the mortuary in Bengue. And that is the very system I thought we can also incorporate with ZATACUDA. Meaning that once we have all those projects coming from home, we will say, okay, now we want to take this project, realize it to completion. And once that is finished, and then we can now get into another project and we continue that way. So the issue of contributing money and sending, and then keep asking questions thereafter, what did they do with the money? And so on, and discourages us. We don't want to go through that route. I think that was a suggestion we had before. This is just to answer the question Mark Constant said. It is true. Even I myself, I don't know the project that is going home. Sonny doesn't know, Mr. Teacher doesn't know, the rest doesn't know. We don't know what is going on unless we are fed with all these discussions. In addition to that, so that we proceed to the next item.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to what Mark Constant said. That membership drive is very important, you know. So I got a few names I will call after this, Professor Thibault and the rest from Pennsylvania. So that's my addition.
All right. So, but what we are saying, Mr. Teacher, is that next week when we are meeting, we need these people. Yes, it's true that we'll be calling names here. I love that so much, but we need these people. So we have to follow up. Let's follow up and make sure that while we are talking, we say, yes, I brought A, I brought B, I brought D. That will be more appealing to us. Thank you very much for adding.
We'll do that.
Any other points on that? All right. In the absence of any point on that, then we go to the second point, which the second point is about supporting the royalty. Now, support for His Royal Highness TDT. All right, you know, this program came up. There was a, can somebody mute himself or herself, please? Yeah, I think few weeks or few months ago, we heard, we had just brief discussion on that. That the Paramount Fund and the clan head of Meta and the Fund of Zantabi, which we all know, will be making a visit to the Fundum of Manko. This was in line with the departure of Ponangwafo. And actually, there was a program that was going on back home. And we've been reading a lot of write-ups on that. And there were some questions which people thought that the folks from the United States, ZATACUDA, were not really on board to support that. We asked a lot of questions just because we wanted to see that our fund is safe and to know that it comes from him and also to see the way to support him. So when we look into the committee that was running the whole entire program, it was so good for us. But the conception we had in mind was that if something was to be initiated by us, then we have to spearhead. But if it is being spearheaded by somebody else outside, then we now take the second option. And the second option is what I want us to talk about, which was that there were some contributions that we were making to assist the fund with its entourage to get that visit done. And so, you see, every amount of money that was contributed, our fund do not have any say on that. So the committee that was formed was just to make sure they do everything in terms of logistics and the rest of the things that they were planning to do. So we thought that, yes, if we are on board or we are not on board at that particular moment, it's not going to have a lot of impact on what we envisage to really give to our fund. So we said it would be very important that when the fund return back, so we are going to make our own contribution here to support him for that trip. But that one now goes to him and not again to the committee. That one goes directly to him. So that was the vision that we thought. And we are going to open another drive here for that. And we have to go around each and every one of us to contribute on that. The fund has really engaged in a lot of projects back home. And that's why we say we need those reports, because if we don't have the report on how to support him, it will be very difficult for us to even call a meeting and ask people to start, contributing money. So with this visit, we thought that the fund is already back and there are a lot of projects that have been going on, and we said we have to support him for that visit. Because I will tell you the truth, if you look, for example, the budget for that trip, they said they had a deficit, which means there wasn't any budget that was established, but there's a deficit. It's just like, you are not working on a particular cap, but you come out again and tell others there was a deficit. So it becomes now a problem, and a lot of people might start asking a lot of questions on that. But that is not our scope. We are not there to look into whatever thing they were doing. As ZATACUDA member, our goal is to assist our fund in any way possible, and also to assist the development association that is running every bit of development back home, using our own style. We have to adopt our own style, just like the first one, which I said. We are going to single-handed or handled, sorry, we are going to single-handed any project that we choose among those that have been shortlisted by ZATACUDA. Make sure we complete it. And then now to assist the fund in any way possible. So this drive, we have to engage each and every one of ZATACUDA members to support the fund for that particular trip.
My dear brother, can I say something?
Yes.
I'm so sorry I'm at work, so when I have a little minute, I want to contribute.
All right.
So this worries me, what you just said. Maybe I didn't hear it all. I received a call, which is one of the reasons why I asked why Olive is not amongst us. I received a call from Olive 2-3 months ago that the fund is gonna go visit Mancon, and that we should contribute money to assist his visit. And I did. And you're saying that the money did not go directly to the funds?
Yes, excuse me. All right, thank you very much. I said in this meeting, I mean, I don't know, individual can call individual for any assistance. I'm talking as a group. As this group, I don't think what you had with Olive, yes. Did you get me? Yes, I mean, that was your personal decision with Olive. And Olive, she has not been part of this group since we started. She has not even attended once. And this group decided, what I'm saying is what the group decided, that we are decided as a group. We have to be doing our things as a group here. The issue of us sitting behind and initiating things personal and so on and so forth, we want to discourage that, because sooner or later, it's going to make us break out again.
Exactly.
Yes, it's going to make us break.
And I agree, which is why I took her call as the president of Mekuda and a sister of Zangtabi. So I thought this drive was something that, and again, we're making ourselves formal now and structured. So I agree with you 100%. No side projects. Let's do it as a team.
Yes. So, like I said, we don't want to begin something and then dismantle the members that we are trying to build. Just like we said it before, please, Niboba said we need to go out and network, get more members, so that we focus on the vision that we have. And the vision should be a collective vision. It should not be an individual. If I had a very good thing concerning Zangtabi, let me bring to this forum. So that my vision might be very good, but perhaps by the moment I present it, somebody might add something on it. You might add salt. Another person might add maybe some cubes of sugar, and then the whole thing now looks icy. So that is just the way I thought. That let's bring to this forum, and then we do it collectively. Let's avoid the issue of individual, you call this one behind, and sooner or later, we are going to start creating problems between us. It will be like this one contributed for this, and then A did not contribute. And then they will start looking A to be a bad person. So we don't want that. We have seen that in forums already, existing within Mekuda here. Because there were some guys identified by some members because of the relationship they have. And then now they create they create a fund, and some people contribute, some do not contribute, and those who do not contribute are looked upon like, there are people who does not want to encourage. So we don't want to go through that out. So everything we'll table it as a group. It will be light on us. It will be easy on us. And that will be our voice. Once we team that voice, the voice will be very strong. And, they can feel now the impact. So that was just a reason. So thank you very much. What you did with Olive was your personal decision with him, but as a group, we have to make this drive go as we have already discussed earlier.
Brother Amos, before you drop on this one,
yes,
it's, I have my ZATACUDA friends here. Here in California, especially. Most of our Mekudans here are very good friends at ZATACUDA.
Right.
And the just to continue what concerns the point in the rest about our national president, who is his sister. They asked me if she's part and parcel of our meeting. But virtue of the fact that she's from Zangtabi, and the fact she is the president, I think she's supposed to be one of those who should be spearheading this thing.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So okay. Another issue is I wanted to ask the question, which I don't know whether it's a stupid question, whether she knows about this. Is she on this forum? Does she know about all the postings that are going on here, which I suppose she should be?
She's on the forum. I mean, every name was included. Yes, she's on this forum.
Yeah.
She's on this
all
forum.
Right. Okay. Well, as we've just said, that let's go out and call on our folks. Can somebody take the responsibility to say, okay, our sister will be one of those? Somebody should say, okay, I'll put her on my list to call. If there's nobody, I can do that.
I can do that. I can do that.
Okay. Sonny, brother Sonny, you do that, right?
Yes, I can do that.
Yes. Okay, Sonny. Yes. We'll love you go ahead and say, hey, we just did what we decided at the meeting to call our folks. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nee. Yeah, thank you. Actually, just like you said it, that I mean, we have folks on this forum, they are not coming, and it will not be very good for us, and also appealing to see that we should be making a kind of a personal drive behind, which might simply go to jeopardize our reputation. We will not like that. Actually, yes, this is a group. We have to be very, very coherent in everything we are doing. Any other thing to add on this? Because these were the 2 points we want to discuss, and then waiting for our General Assembly next 2 weeks, because this meeting will be closing in 1 minute. Any addition to that?
Yeah, like we are talking, the coordinator. We need that. We need. Are we going to use the same Zelle and Cash App for what for the support to the phone?
Yes. So what we are going to do, SJ, is that you are going to establish another list, another drive, and then title. You just put a caption. You see, support to His Royal Highness on that. But I think we've already had a preamble on why we are doing that. So on that list, and then we'll also make that kind of voluntary drive. That is for now. While I'm working on the Constitution, because it's almost getting ready, which I will now submit for everybody to make a review. To see exactly how we come in when issue like this comes up. So that we'll be now taking each time when we sit, we'll take 3 articles in that constitution. All of us will review it, accept that this is good, and then we go ahead. The fact that I produce it doesn't mean that it is already is the best. Is that we have to make sure each time we meet, we just take 2 articles. All of us, we go through it. If there's an addition, we add. If there's subtraction, we subtract.
Yeah, Mr. Coordinator, sorry to interrupt a little bit. Like we talk on the fund support, I want us to learn on that one so that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm coming back there. I've not concluded. So I'm saying that if we had our constitution, that one would have been defined on statutorily how much we would be contributing. But the voluntary drive is coming in because of the fact that, hello?
Yes, you're right.
Yes, what I'm saying is that the voluntary drive is coming in because we don't have any statutory amount that we've already had down, that we know that when issue like this come up, this is how much we contribute. So the first part of it now is that we do it voluntarily. While waiting for the Constitution, that was the reason why I mentioned that. While waiting for the Constitution, be ready for us to make sure that we have to apply it as is.
Well, like I said, it's
any other comment?
Okay, now do we have any time frame? I think if we should have a time frame, it will be good so that we trash it and then we forget about it and we move forward to the next item.
Good. That was where I just want us to contribute. Please, let's contribute ideas. The time frame. So What time do you guys think we should give for this? Because we are not just going to make it elastic, open. So what time frame do you guys think? Because for the incorporation, we know that it is June. Next month, it is June. By July, I'm getting it ready. So for this one, what time frame do you guys think we should keep to make sure we have this contribution from each and every one of us? It's our support. Because we'll also forward the name to the fund. It's our support. Please. So we need to come out very strong to do that. Mr. Teacher.
It's Giddy here. So since we are giving a drive to make sure we galvanize everyone, could we, because the next meeting is June 19th, right? You said maybe we can give this particular date a date where we'll bring everybody in to get a time, and then 2 weeks after that can be the closing date, maybe the end of June. That's a suggestion there.
That's a good one. That's a cool one. Okay, what Mr. Teacher is saying is that since we have our ordinary General Assembly in the next 2 weeks, that is coming, we will take this point, re-emphasize on this, and then from there we take a decision on the time frame. Does that sound better? Hello, am I talking to some people?
Yes, I think let's go with that.
All right. So we will be closing. Any other matters? Do anybody have something to say before we get close this meeting?
Like both of you.
Any other matters? Okay. Any announcement?
Which of the prints are you referring to?
Makoni, another announcement, Boyini, Mr. Teacher Gideon too. I think he will be retiring from public service too next year. And Bamba Zoguno Forum, Babrizoma Flyers, and then Zonongoni, he is also preparing to rest. And it will be a privilege for us to know more Bersazoro Kumo Bermonga maybe a forum on the crate to give idea on how we can make that retirement a successful one and also entertaining. We should not doubt, but the date is not yet announced, but we know it should be next year. So this one is just to make us keep having some idea on that, but he will be briefing us on the entire process and how it is going to take place as time comes and so on and so forth. And then she the British meeting in announcement a lot again. We want to avoid that if somebody is not in this meeting and does not partake sometime, you bring an announcement, we are not going to read it. We have to be very clear. We will not be going out and searching for announcement for people and then we'll come here and begin to announce it. We want everybody to participate. If you have your announcement, come by yourself. There are some that, yes, if you are not there, we know you've been part of us. And somebody can say it. So I'm going to was the announcement.
Let's look for place in which to come and say.
So to a man meeting, man, I'm happy that we have brainstormed on these two things. The SJ will now establish that list and put on the forum, and then we'll meet in the next 2 weeks. Thank you so much. Good night to everyone.
Children, Papa.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Teachers, I'll call you.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Oh, good night.